Friends, I finally ordered the Parallelle toiletry bags. Well, the brand is Parallelle, but I don't exactly know if toiletry is the right word to use. They're cosmetic bags. You could use them to hold your brushes, your cosmetics, your toiletries, any type of hair, body, skin product, and they're quite popular because, as you see, you can fold down the zippered edges and they have the elastic loopholes. You could put your brushes there, whatever that could fit through there. I don't like having my brushes in the same bag as my makeup. I rather just carry a separate bag, but I decided to finally try these, and because they were running 20% off site-wide, I made sure to read their return policy during sales because depending on the sale and how much it is, you probably can't return it, but I am able to return if I choose to do so. So I bought all of them just to see the sizes and what I think can work, and then I'll return what I think is not going to fit so well into my packing routine. So I wanted to present the bags one by one. I'll be careful with how I unpack these because if I have to return anything, the return policy states clearly that they have to be in pristine condition and all of the packaging materials they originally arrived in, and to ensure they don't get wrecked on the way back. So I wanted to start with the small one because this might replace the one that I currently have, which is the base bag, and I decided to get it in the bronze color. I do like it because I understand aesthetically this is beyond pleasing to look at, but the bottom is quite stiff, so this isn't going to give. And the reason I say that is because right now I have my makeup in the small pouch from the base Air Pouch Trio, which, my gosh, that sold out so quickly in the Black Friday event, but I have been using this nonstop. I think it's one of the better designed cosmetic bags I've ever used because you can flip the edges down, you have a zippered pocket inside, and because the material is soft, it's moldable, it's flexible, the pouch itself is lightweight, and you can kind of get away with stuffing it because the fabric is going to mold to what's inside. Versus the Parallelle bag, which is a stiffer material, but let's see inside. So let me be careful with how I take this off. And oh boy, the tag, I just want to bend a little bit so we could get her through. Let's zipper it up, and you can see how easily it folds down. And we have some cardboard here. Yes, this is the smaller traveler. It says that we have 9 wall pockets, 2 mesh pockets, and 1 adjustable vertical divider. The small traveler retails for $85, so these aren't exactly cheap. They use like a faux leather feeling material, and why I wanted to take advantage of their Black Friday sale and just give it a shot, right? I could make predictions and hypotheticals, but until I actually put it to the test, that's when I'll decide. And it shows what you can put in the bag. So let's keep this guy on standby. Here's the inside. You see you have the elastic loops on one side and compartments here inside. I think, yes. So you have the Velcro divider, which you can attach here if you wanted even more organization to take place inside. You also have these 2 mesh pockets with the elastic edge, and you have another pocket inside, and another, or the elastic loop goes all the way from the zippered edge down into the bottom of the bag. I want to be careful now because I kind of want to put my makeup in here. I have a feeling though that this one I'll keep because even though I'm not planning to put my brushes in here because I'm just not a fan of that, I was planning to at least put like my VBB liners in through the loop. So let's try that. Let's see how many we can get in here. We got 1, we got 2, we got it's a little bit of a tight fit. Maybe we could get it through. Yeah, okay. So we got 3 VBB liners, and this is a look right here. We got Coco Pave. I believe this is, oh, Smoky Quartz and jeans, right? So something I learned also when wanting to pack all the makeup is that you just have to make a decision and know that it's going to be okay. Yes, I want to bring all, how many do I have? Like 10 VBB liners, but that doesn't make much sense. Now my little Make Cosmetics Infinite Brow Pencil, I can slide in through the smaller loop. Okay, looking good so far. Now you see that flaps down, so that's gonna be out the way. In terms of what I have in my pouch now, I got the Givenchy, what is this called? The Prism Libra for color pressed powder for setting. I have the VBB Reflect Stick. So these types, I'm going to put in the loops here, or the sections. Okay, we got that down. I got a Refi lipstick, so we could put this. Maybe I could kind of slide that through because I put that through the loop inside. I got the Armani tint. We can try putting that in like the larger part of the compartment. We got a Gucci concealer. Okay, I'm gonna put the Gucci concealer in one of the mesh pockets. All right, this is where I have to, I think I have to go in with a thinner compact just so we can balance everything out. But let's see. Oh, I'm gonna have to put it in on this side because it's not gonna be able to fit on the other side unless I take off the Velcro divider. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Prada Scope, 100%. And then put that maybe near the Reflect highlighter. Okay, maybe a lip liner. So I can slide the lip liner here through this loop. I get that. You know, I don't know what brushes are gonna fit in these elastic loops. Like, what about the, like your foundation brush and all that stuff? You know what I mean? Let's see, we got the Duo glue for the lashes. We have a lipstick. I'm gonna put that in one of the smaller loops here. We got Till the End primer for the shadow. We didn't even put shadow in here yet. Oh, we got an Armani tint. So let's see, I'll probably go in with sandalwood because that's like my one and done go-to. Here's the thing, if I'm trying to economize space, I would probably swap out this powder to put in something smaller. Yeah, I think that's going to be a better choice because that compact practically took over this entire section here. I'm sorry, it's hard to see. Because now I can fit a slimmer compact. So I'm going into this makeup bag and I can go in with the Miss Dior instead. So let's slide that into that quadrant. We don't have any blush, so I could put in my VBB Color Wash blush. But now, my little skincare, I say skincare, but it's really makeup prep. So I have a mini Guerlain Belle Royale serum that I could put in like the tint side. I also have my little Tom Ford. Now this is my go-to to pack for foundation, right? I don't necessarily have to go in with this, but we'll see because I might have to make a swap. This is where I'll put in my tweezers and my falsies. Not so much to wear, but in case I film something at Bay's house or even Maddie's house. The skizzers, gotta be careful with how I place these though. So I think these are gonna go down flat. I'm gonna put it behind the VBB compact. And I think that's it. All right, let's go over. We have, okay, let's go over this. We have the tint, the concealer, we got the little, where to go? We have our little Hourglass powder for setting. We have bronzer, the VBB compact is here. I chose to bring the liquid blush just so I can save space on compacts, right? I could probably slide one in here, but it's fine. We have the highlighter stick from VBB, and I think that's good for the cheeks. And this is the thing, I would either, if I wanted a powder highlighter, I would have to swap out the Miss Dior compact and just pack maybe another Armani eye tint, right? Because if I insist on wearing a powder highlighter instead of just wearing the VBB one, I think I will have to make this swap if I insist on using the small size. So the cheeks are done. Now off to the eyes. We have our eye primer. We have 3 satin Kajal liners. We have the brows covered. We have our Miss Dior Quint. And we have our lashes. We have the lash glue, the tweezers, and the lashes here upright. And we have the Prada Scope for the lower lashes. We also have, I forgot to mention when going over the complexion products, we have our skin prep here. And if I wanted, listen, I could not bring the tint and bring my little Tom Ford instead, and that fits right nicely in there. And I have one of my Armani tints just for like a base. And if I wanted maybe like more razzle dazzle, I could probably fit in a Danessa Color Fix stick, just one side, and stick it up right there. Okay, let's see how this zips up. Ooh, the Armani might be a little too tall. It's a little too tall. Unless I lay it on its side, because the Prada mascara is also not allowing me to zip it up. So I have to lay those items on their side and then I can zip it up. So this is how it looks full, right? Not too bad. Here's the thing, this is not going to squeeze down because of the stiffer material, right? Versus something like this, you can kind of smush. Obviously not smush so much that if it's completely stuffed, it's not going anywhere, but those are just some considerations. However, it is satisfying for sure when opening this up and folding everything down. I can just reposition the items upright and keep the actual makeup bag open the entire time. Like, I don't have to close it, right? So it kind of turns into a caddy, if you will, right? And that's the purpose it serves. I think that's the point where it's structured enough that it's going to hold stuff, but it is nice that I can just have it open like this and see everything at a glance. That definitely is helpful. All right, we have everything inside. The loops worked out. The liquid lipstick that I stuffed inside here by Refi, it might be a little tricky to get out, so I might want to stand it up once at my destination just so I have easier access to it. And when I need to pack it up, I'll just slide it inside. And of course, these items I have to flip down on their side so I can zip up the bag. All right, we're gonna keep the small one. I could definitely make the small one work. And I love the color. Initially, I was going for the Vicuna shade. It was like this warm orange. It was like a terracotta. But I was like, no, this is pretty, because it kind of reminded me of my base air pouch color, and like in this kind of like, I don't know, muted taupe. I was a fan. All right, let's move on to the medium size. And the medium size, it's pretty big. So right now I'm using the medium size from the base air pouch trio set. And for size comparison, this is the medium size for the Parallelle. Again, I want to be careful with how I take this out in case I want to return it, but I think I'll keep the medium. It's the large and the brush bag that possibly I'm thinking about returning. So let's zipper this down. It's designed in the same way. You fold down the sides. You have the elastic loops on one side and the Parallelle logo on the other. The medium travel is $110. So because it is larger, it is more expensive. 16 wall pockets, 4 mesh pockets, and 2 adjustable vertical dividers. Let's take this out. Here we go. I think it said 2. Let's see here. You have the Velcro. Ah, yes, we got the Velcro paneling here. I personally like using the dividers because I think it just helps keep everything upright and then easy to navigate. And here is a look inside, similarly designed to what you saw in the small. You have the mesh pockets here, and you have more pockets behind the mesh ones, and it's the same on both sides. So you see you have the mesh pockets here and more pocket loops behind that. All right, so let's get started. I know this is like Alicia, get the travel size. I know. I've just been traveling with this back and forth. Now I'm thinking, maybe having the dividers is not such a great idea, because if I want to lay this flat, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Changing my mind, gonna use the entire compartment. Bloop. Now I was thinking, could I fit my electric toothbrush through these loops? I think it would be a little too tight of a fit, so I'm just gonna drop it in here. with the toothpaste. I love my Clean Club, whatever the brand is called. I use these to wipe my face in the morning to get off excess Vaseline, and I also use this to wipe the broken down makeup remover that I cleanse with, which is the Ordinary Squalene cleanser. So this is like my cleansing duo, and I pre-cut them. I don't use the entire cloth. I cut them so that I'm only using this like one side at a time. So I could roll this up and place it in one of the mesh pockets. Let me see here. It's gonna be a little bit of a tight squeeze. I'm gonna nudge you in there. All right, so we got those in. We got my AKC spray bottles, which I absolutely love. I refill these, you know, as the week goes, and I'm putting those in like one of the mesh pockets there, and I label them so I see what's what from the top view. I have again, the Ordinary cleanser. I'll drop in there. This is what I use to bring my perfume. I just put the samples in this cardboard cylinder. It was a deluxe sample that was given to me kindly by the Dior boutique. Karen, my Dior boutique bud, my little different. A reason why I keep using this is because this tube is so freaking small. Like I could just right there put it in one of those loops, done. My sunscreen, which is not super large, so putting that in one of the mesh pockets here. I actually recently bought the Good Molecules azelaic acid treatment. I haven't been using it because I've been forgetting to put it on, but the one time I did use it, it's a nice texture and it's small enough to fit in one of these loops. So putting that in, did I speak too soon? Oh boy. Let me put it in next to my sunscreen. How about that? I had another different on standby because, as you saw, this one was running out. So not to be in that situation when I don't have my different. My cocoa floss, of course. Just gonna drop that into the main compartment. I have my Bifesta that I put in this little squeeze bottle because I didn't want to bring that whole bottle with me back and forth. That definitely fits in one of these loops, but I gotta move the toothbrush out of the way. And one more AKC, but this I call it Pit. This is my Thai spray, but I don't think, oh no, we fit. We got one loop in there to fit. Just a scrunchie. And then just in case, because sometimes I'll wear my hair in this halvesies, I was gonna say position style. Now I don't need to bring this, but I have to fill up, be it one of these. I think I have another one on standby that I could technically fit. I have an extra loophole here or a section here where I can slide one of these in because it's the Prequel Cleanser that they were so nice to send me, and I use that for my armpits. It's been working out wonderfully. And I finished the Then I Met You Living Balm. I mean, I have some left. I could just use that to the next time I have to wash my face, but leaving this at home because, again, I have the squalene. Oh, and I also like to keep one of these clips on standby, and I just slide one of them in one of those loops there. Now, this is what I wanted to use the loops for. Yes, we got the tartar pick, gonna slide that right in, and we have my oil pen. Okay, might have to do a switch here, so let's slide the oil pen like that. Okay, do I have anything else? No, I think that's it. That's my skincare routine. We got the toothbrush, the toothpaste, the floss, very important. We have the cleanser, the Clean Club cloths, the eye makeup remover in case I was wearing eye makeup remover that day. We don't have the Vaseline. Uh-oh. We got what? You know why? Because Bae got a big Vaseline at his place and I just used that one. But just in case, if I needed to go somewhere that's not Bae's, I would just bring in like the small standard size, and I have plenty of room here. All right, so let's close it up. Very good. The zipper is not hitting the cloths, so there's not gonna be any friction there. Wonderful. All right, that's pretty good. Now, when I arrive, I'll fold everything back. And like I did with my makeup, I'll just kind of stand up the toothbrush and the toothpaste. And again, oh God, the loop is not tight enough. Let me move it up to the tighter loop. Perfect. It kind of serves as a caddy, right? You can see everything at a glance, and the sections make it easy for everything to be upright where You can see everything easily. It's accessible and you're not rummaging through. I think that's the point and the appeal behind the Parallelle design, that everything is not collapsing onto each other, that you don't have to fish through, that you can see everything, and making sure, because this opens quite wide, right? So there's a lot of space, and actually I could fit a lot more in here, but because my skincare routine and my body care is fairly simple, like I'm not doing the most with that. So this works out well for me. Okay, I like this. So we're gonna keep the medium. The medium is cool. Wonderful. Excellent. Now the large. The large, you're like, well, why do you buy the large, Alicia? Well, I was thinking if I needed to bring like shampoo, conditioner, or if I was going to Maddie's house and I needed to record with a lot of makeup, that I might need the large. The large ain't cheap. We're looking at $135. I'm gonna be careful with how I unpack this. Depending on what I decide to do, this might be going back, but we shall see. Holy moly, this is a big mama bag. Woo-wee. All right. Now, for context, this is the large base bag, right? If I were to zipper this up as such, yeah, compared to the Parallelle is definitely bigger. It's taller. I don't know if it's gonna hold the same. Let's see here. Let's take off this. Zipper you down. Ooh, large, large, large. This doesn't have any loopies. Interesting. So this is just stand up stuff. And we have again, the large compartment. We got the dividers inside. You know what? I could probably fit a mothership in here. A mothership palette or a Byredo palette, because I wouldn't lay it flat on the bottom. I would probably just put it inside like this, right? But that already is taking up a lot of space. It's taking up a lot of space. And I'm keeping it in the box for precautionary measures because, you know, well, I actually wouldn't travel airwise with the mothership, but if I was on the ground traveling, I probably would take it if I insisted on it. This would be like if I wanted to pack makeup and skincare all in one. I'm not one to do that, however, but maybe I should consider doing so, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll be that person to combine both skincare and makeup, but I'm gonna put in my Givenchy. Both compacts can fit in here just fine. Also gonna put in some eye tints that I can fit in the loop. You know what I'm thinking? See, I thought maybe I could use this for my hair products if I needed to style my hair over where I was at, but I would probably put like the shampoo in something smaller. I didn't even bring my conditioner because the conditioner is Aussie and it's like huge pump bottle. So I would have to downsize that. Hypothetically though, sorry mothership taking you out, just to see, I could fit the shampoo in here just fine. I could get my brush in here. Oh, it has a lot of hair in there. The brush can be upright like this, although, oh, it could barely zipper it up, so I will have to lay it down flat and then prop it up when at my destination. And I could put my clips down like this in one of the loopies. I could also slide my water bottle here in one of the mesh pockets, and my travel size Mousse Death I could place upright. Oh gosh, I took out another prong for my brush. RIP. So this could work if you needed to put your hair products in something larger. And of course, when there, I could place everything upright. The thing is, I'm worried about the fact that, again, this is quite stiff. So you have to make sure that you're strategic with your packing, because this isn't going to, well, I guess it could kind of give. It can kind of give. So the one bag I was thinking of using the large for was their brush bag. I didn't realize the brush bag was so large. I mean, they do provide dimensions, so that's on me. Brush travel retails for $105, so it's, I guess, between the medium and the large. I would not use this for brushes, because when I have my small brush book from Stonia, I mean, look how much space I'm saving with this guy versus this one. This doesn't make any sense. I was thinking, however, even though I wasn't gonna use it for brushes, that this would be my designated hair bag, meaning everything you saw me put in the large, I would put in here. And this is not as big as large, maybe a little more practical. So here we go. And this zipper is all the way down. This zipper is all the way down. You got a lot of width here, and you have a zippered pouch on one side. So that's interesting. What can I put in here? You don't have any mesh loops in the brush bag. You just have the regular standard fabric loops inside. If I were to dip back into the large, I would do that, Mousse. Ooh, this is gonna be a little tight though. So this is where it's probably crucial that I'm gonna have to downsize the shampoo. If I wanna use this for hair stuff, and I could find something to put the shampoo and conditioner in, especially because if I'm just washing my hair once, I don't need a ton of it. I do have those Cadence things. I'll show you in a minute. And of course the clips that I could just slide through the loops here. So thank you to Cadence for sending me one of their honeycomb sets complimentary. And I get why they're neat because they're magnetic, but it's funny. One thing of this conditioner for my hair, for the amount of hair I have, is one use. Right? But I could replace this, obviously. Hypothetically, if I were to just use 2 of these, then these can easily fit inside, right? And not take as much room. And they're magnetic, so they stack on top of each other. And if I wanted to bring along another product, I could probably put in like another bottle of some sort. I could fit maybe 2 butterfly clips. The thing is, however, I was contemplating putting in one of my towels in here. This is what I use to just sit on top of my hair when getting out of the shower, or I'll wrap it around my shoulders as it's drying. I wanted to just put this in and just have all of my hair stuff in one place. That's why I was thinking, oh, we got eye tint in here, I forgot to take it out. Contemplating using the large for that purpose. And again, we could put the shampoo conditioner, we got the clips in here, slide them in, and I could fit more hair product if I wanted. And also, if I wanted to use this to bring more makeup, I could. I like all 3. I think I might return the brush bag because I think it's cool. I personally don't need a separate bag just for the brushes. Again, I contemplated using this for my hair products, but again, I wanted to bring my towel in there because I could just throw the towel anywhere in the suitcase, right? I could just kind of squish it in there. But it is satisfying just to have everything in one place. I could fold everything down and just have this as my hair workstation, if you will. I think that's what's appealing about it, and I completely understand why people gravitate towards these types of bags, because it does make packing simpler and it does help you kind of navigate and find things quickly and not just, you know, because I have just open bottom bags that I can stuff everything in. But again, it's nice to see everything at a glance. It helps you also to see what's missing or what you don't need. And because of the tall design, I thought, okay, maybe I can fit my products in here, but I really don't need it. So I think I'll return this one and keep these 3 and just interchange them with my base bags. I think the base bags are fantastic. They're cheaper than the Parallelle ones. Aesthetically, they might not look as cool, right? Because you have, you know, just beautiful texture here in the Parallelle, and the base is a lot more low-key, it's not as aesthetic, right, as the Parallelle bags, but they do serve a purpose. I've been using them for the last, I think at this point, month and a half, and they're wonderful. They're easy to deal with. Again, you can fold the edge back in a similar fashion that you can do with the Parallelle, although not in the same manner or the level of degree, right? But oopsies. But once you get to your destination, I mean, this is great. Sign me up. I'm a fan. All right, I'm gonna carefully pack this and put it in the box and make sure I think I'm gonna put more stuffing in there that I have from other packages I received over the last few weeks. All right, hopefully this video helped. If you had your eye on the Parallelle makeup bags like I did and you weren't quite sure if they were gonna work out, and while I realized that we're not the same in what we pack and what we think is important to bring along for the ride, hopefully these demos gave you a better idea of what you can use them for, what you can fit, what you could prioritize when packing your makeup, your skincare, your hair care, whatever it may be. And I was happy I was able to grab these during the Black Friday sale because Parallelle is a smaller brand, so they're not going to release sales frequently throughout the year. And when they do, that's when I try to make a move. Happy that I did, and will now keep the 3 and return the brush bag soon. There's a 30-day return policy, again, making sure that the bag returns in its original packaging. There's no, you don't dirty it or whatever. It has to be in the same condition that it arrived in so you can return it. That's exactly what I'll do. So again, let me know if this video helped, and if you made it this far, make sure you like it by clicking that thumbs up. It helps me immensely in letting the YouTube algorithm know that I'm worth watching when I'll continue to watch. It will now recommend my video to other Parallelle enthusiasts such as yourself, and consider subscribing. You'll never know I'm back on here with the toiletry bag video, and when that video drops, you'll know about it immediately, especially when you click that notification bell. Friend, if you are returning to watch, I appreciate your support, but if it's your first time here, please stay, peruse some more. Maybe I'll see you in this video here. I'll definitely see you down in the comments for this one, and on here again next time.